Our old mate Craig Emerson is at it again. And can I call BS on what is a Labor Party line at the moment, and also many in the Canberra Press Gallery have decided to fall for when it comes to the AWU scandal. Now, this is one of a million red herrings and distractions, and all of these, if you start playing whack-a-mole with every stupid thing that's associated with this story, you will go nuts, like many who talk about this story have already gone. But at its heart, it seems to be that the mounting defence of the Prime Minister is the attack of Julie Bishop. Now, we'll know by this time tomorrow night whether all of the attention, all of the time and all of the build-up to this week was actually worth it. We'll know it after we see the papers tomorrow. We'll know it by this time tomorrow night. There is pressure on Julie Bishop. But why is there pressure building on Julie Bishop about whether she did or didn't and how long she spoke to Ralph Blewett? In fact, I would like to turn to Minister Toole to make a comment on this today. Have a look.
If those media reports are correct, then Julie Bishop has out and out lied. She should therefore resign or be sacked if she will not resign.
Now, this is all about what she said and didn't say at the start of a press conference yesterday. And look, all of that, fascinating, but it's a sideshow. Also, the Labor Party seems overly fixated on, as I said, when and how did Julie Bishop meet Ralph Blewett, his mates, his immediate team, all of this garbage. Look, I don't believe that Ralph Blewett is the second coming. I don't believe that he is the single most pure man in the world and all that dodgy stuff he did in the past was just fiddling the books. What I do think, though, is that it is ridiculous for a defence of Julia Gillard to be Julie Bishop should in part resign because she met with Ralph Blewett. Now, by the Prime Minister's own lack of denial, clearly Ralph Blewett was in her life. And not just for a couple of weeks. When she was in the relationship with Bruce Wilson, his mate, his right-hand man was Ralph Blewett. Now, I don't know, I haven't seen the diaries, but I'm presuming at some point in that relationship, and it's pretty obvious, that there was plenty of connection, plenty of meetings, even the occasional fall asleep on the couch that Ralph Blewett would have done in between burying money in the backyard. That one was bizarre last night. But are the Labor Party serious that the best defence of Julia Gillard in this scandal, where there are a million things that they can serve up as the distraction or as legitimate points to push back on the opposition, when and where Julie Bishop did and didn't speak to Ralph Blewett? That's ridiculous. By their very own logic, Julia Gillard should have resigned a million times over because presumably she might have even had the bloke's number in her phone. It's a ridiculous sideline to what is a very serious story, and as the week rolls on, I personally believe the pressure is building on Julie Bishop. Julia Gillard, whether we like it or not, and this is just my analysis of the moment, not what I think should or shouldn't happen or was or wasn't the right thing, she's played a straight bat. She's got the media on side, a media that was ready to skewer her at the beginning of the week, so much so that that press conference had to take place, and thousands of people who are watching this like an absolute hawk. There are plenty of things to go the Prime Minister on, and clearly that's where Julie Bishop needs to perform tomorrow. Otherwise, the real pressure starts on her, and it won't be called a distraction.